up, everybody? I am in Arizona. Normally you see me on a roller coaster at a theme park or something like that, but today we're gonna do something a little bit different. My wife John and I, along with our friends Ben and Audra, we decided to hike Camelback Mountain out here in the Phoenix area. But we're not the most experienced hikers, right? So I looked into this after my wife booked it. I looked it up, and everything I saw online was like, it's a double black diamond. This is really challenging. This is not just a general walk. Somebody said, this is like free solo rock climbing. And I'm like, wait, free solo? I saw that free solo movie. I'm not free solo. I'm not free soloing. Thankfully, we actually booked this through a guide. I'm gonna put a link to him in the description down below. Not an ad, anything like that. We just had such a great experience doing that. And I know you spend a little bit of extra money because you can do this for free, but you'll see in the video, I think it was a lot better of an experience, and it put me at ease a little bit as to what was to come as we climbed up this mountain. So yeah, Camelback Mountain, if you've never been on before, 2,700 feet to the summit. It is a double black diamond, so there are some parts that are kind of challenging. I really appreciate all the maps that were out there. There was a lot of warnings for you. One, bring plenty of water. You want to have at least, I think it said at least 32 ounces of water, particularly if you're hiking on a day that's hotter than the one that we were on. So first thing we saw as we got started is the first helicopter landing pad, which was interesting to see. Quite a few people are helicoptered off the mountain because, like I said, it does get a little bit. It's a double black diamond, and some people you can twist an ankle, something like that, and you need to be rescued. They have places where they can land a helicopter and get people off, and from what we were told by our guide is yes, that happens more frequently than you would think. He was able to point out a lot of the plants and things. So creosote bush, and then you rub it in your hands, and then what happens?
Smells like rain.
Smells like rain? Oh, don't drop it.
It does.
Yeah.
What do you think? What does it smell like?
Like rain.
Here he showed us this cactus, and just brushing up against it lightly can really stick to your skin. So those are the kind of things that you want to avoid. As far as like the terrain, if you're going up this thing, like what is that going to be like? A lot of it is kind of gravel, you know, like dirt and gravel. They have some steps built in, like actual man-made steps built up part of the mountain. And then the other parts where it's really steep, the two steepest parts have railings that they built in. So you can use a railing to help pull you up and use a railing to help yourself as you're walking back down the mountain for you. The other signs you'll notice up there too are active bees. There are, at this time of year, there wasn't a lot of bees kind of buzzing around, but we did see, thanks to our guide, we saw a beehive, which you see here in this video, which was really neat to see. And thankfully we're a safe distance away, but you wouldn't want to be climbing up in that area and brush up against that, or it could probably end very poorly for you. The other neat thing about having a guide with us is he was able to take us to places off of the trail. Take a look at where he took us. He took us to this cave. There's this hole in the side of the mountain there, and you go through this little hole, and then you have this little cave area with this unbelievable view. Beautiful shaded location, and then when you turn around where we were, the sun was just rising, and you see the sun pouring through that little natural window there. That was incredible, and that's something that if I didn't have a guide, I would never have done that. The higher up you get with the different elevations, stop to take it in. Take a look you get to see some of the homes that are built on this mountain are just absolutely insane. So this is a private house right here with its own golf course.
That's like a 9-hole. Yeah, it's a little mini 9-hole. And he's got the rooftop pool. And yeah.
Wow, the pool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't know if that one's on Airbnb, but
All right, getting to the home stretch here. This is the tough part. Here we go. The most challenging part of the hike, arguably, is that last stretch before you reach the summit. That's where it really gets into the sort of rock climbing mode, where you have to use your hands a lot to sort of brace yourself. And it's never like it's never where you're hanging off the side of the mountain and having to pull yourself up. It's just more like balancing yourselves. But the rocks do give you natural stepping places. But once you put in that hard work, you get to the summit. Just unbelievable views, 2,700 feet up, all kinds of places you can walk around that summit to take photos. Our guide found us like the most unbelievable, Instagrammable places to stand that were completely safe for us to be, making sure that we were never too far or too close to the edge for something bad to happen. But it was just, it was really, it's worth the effort. You know, it's worth the work, worth the calories you're burning, worth the burning in your legs. When you get to the top there, you see that. The other cool thing was just seeing how many people were going up and down this mountain. People of all ages, people who are in their 70s. I was told that people in their 80s are going up this thing, up and down a couple of times a week. And it was really cool and inspiring to see that. Some of the people were really pushing themselves to do that. So there you go. Then you had to come back down, and that was interesting too. I'm tired by the end of it. It took us we started at 8, we were done about 11:30, and that was with a lot of stopping along the way, a lot of talking about things. So all in all, you can be done with it before you start at sunrise. You can be done at lunchtime. And I just thought it was a really great thing. I was nervous about it. That's really why I'm putting this video together, because I was looking at everything online. I was worried that I couldn't handle it, and we totally could. So I'm here to encourage you that if you are somebody who is, physically fit or capable of walking for a couple of miles up inclines and things like that, and you don't have like a real crippling fear of heights, then it's totally doable. I mean, it was totally doable. I felt safe the entire time, and we just had such a great experience doing that today. And if you're a hiker too, every time I do this, I say, we've got to hike more. My wife and I always say that. We said, we got to go out and hike more. Where's your favorite spot to hike? Like, what's the greatest hike that you've ever been on? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about that, and happy hiking.